Buddy. I'm going to do something a little different today. I am going to live stream me trying to create this game that's going to be integrated with Frogbot. So I have RPG Maker open, and I can show you guys some of like the back end stuff too that allows Frogbot, like, you know, the stream bot that is, to communicate with the game and like how the web server works and stuff. I don't know if any of you guys would care about this, but I thought it was kind of cool, and I've been holding off doing some of the like bug fixes and additions of kind of like newer things so I could do this one day. A lot of this is just me researching until I figure out how to do something that's really difficult. So I'm gonna try to not get into any of that and just do the things I know how to do tonight. So yeah, Stone Lover, hello. Super Plute, hi. Ginger? Oh, color, reddish brown color alluding to hair. Ginger. Drifting, hello. Ooh. Alright, so this is RPG Maker. I have it scaled as best as I can to work with my monitor. I've got a gigantic 48-inch 4K monitor, so everything on the screen probably looks teeny tiny to you guys, but to me it's pretty big. This is the map I'm using for the farming aspect of this game. There are a couple pieces to it, but this particular part right here is when you finally unlock farming and you can go and start farming. I've completely finished farming now, and I believe it is bug free. So after you, so you're going to start out in this little area here. I have a lot of things kind of like placed here just for testing purposes, just so I can figure out if this is gonna work or not. Bandit, hello. Can I be a character, random gamers? I don't know, let's find out. I'm gonna be creating characters as we go along. Do you see this stupid delete on the middle of my screen? Look at that over there. That keeps doing this. Every time I stream, delete pops up somewhere randomly on the screen and it doesn't go away. I can't delete the delete. Although when I open up Frogbot and close it, it goes away. So it's Frogbot's fault. It's Frogbot. I figured it out now. Okay, so anyways, this is the main hub that you start in. So if you want to go and start farming, you have to go over to this house here. This is Ivy's house. And if you notice on her door, it's got like this white outline around it. That means that it's an event. So if I double click on the door, it shows what happens if you go as a character and click on the door. It plays this sound effect, which sounds like that, and then it does this animation which makes the door open. Then you take one step forward as the player, it makes a sound as you take the step forward, and then you're transferred inside of Ivy's house. So when you think about video games and when you click on things or when you shoot something, that action of you doing that needs to interact with the other object. So everything in this game is an object. They call them events. And there goes that goddamn delete again. Look, it's right there. Oh, it drives me crazy. And this is one of those events. Stone Liver, can I too? Maybe. I'll add you as a character if I like you. Exactly. Hi, Clash and Gaming. Hi, I'm a cat. Hi, Mike. Hi. Okay, so as a character, you would go ahead and click on this door, and then it would take you into Ivy's house, which over here, just right by my head, you see is Ivy's house. So this is Ivy's house here. All of the stuff that's in here, like this plant on there, that's just a decoration. Some of the things you can walk through, some of them you can't. You define that in other screens, but basically you can walk around this whole place. This is Ivy here. Her event sequence has many pages. So the first time you talk to her, this is what she says to you. Basically all she's doing is asking you if you want to garden or not. After she asks you the question and you answer, I haven't really thought about it, but tell me more, then it calls the common event called Ivy's Quest, which is a whole nother thing which is full of lots of other code too. Emphasis on like you, exactly. I have this program, do you really? That's awesome. I don't know how to type this, but my aunt died from a stroke. I'm sorry to hear that. I am hurt. You know, I'm sorry. What do you mean you don't know how to type this? I really, that sucks. I'm sorry. The Great Papyrus watches at him. If the Great Papyrus watches at him, who's that? And sorry, Clash, yes. So anyways, you go through and she gives you the quest. So you notice over here in this box, nothing is checked. Everything's completely open. That means if nothing else has ever happened with this character, this is what's going to happen. And it goes from the highest page down to the lowest page. So the highest page is 4, 3, 2, 1. And as you see, farming is unlocked. Here it says variable Ivy quest level greater than 1. Here it says just simply spoke to Ivy. All these are different cases of when you can come and talk to her. So if you talk to Ivy and you say, no, I don't want to farm right now, it needs to have a case where if you go back and talk to her, she doesn't give you that whole intro again of who she is. It just asks the question, do you still want to go and farm? So that's what this is. Have you changed your mind back about farming? And then go through there. And then it calls Ivy's quest. Now Ivy's quest is going to increase the level you have with Ivy, which will make you come down to here, Ivy quest level greater than equal to 1. She knows that you've talked to her about farming at this point. That's how that works. Sorry for your loss, Clash. Your new sub, remember? Oh, I don't. I'm sorry. I think Mike means active users, mods, whatever. The Great Papyrus. Oh no, not Undertale, not here. By the way, I'm a girl. Oh, cool. By the way, I'm Ribco, and give him a chance. I'm gonna go have PTSD. Okay. So now you've gone in and you've said, I accept this quest, and then she asks you to bring her 5 carrot seeds. So now I go and I say the number of carrot seeds, if that number is greater than 5, then the quest has been fulfilled, and she will do this gigantic animation cutscene kind of thing. So this is where she says something, takes 5 seeds away from you, and then says, follow me. Then she starts, I walk out of the way if I'm in the way. She starts walking, goes through the door, I follow her through the door, and then the next scene takes place in the next area. If you say no again, or I'm sorry, if you don't have the 5 seeds, I should say, then it drops down to here. So it's all about logic and figuring out every state that could happen. If you have talked to her before, what's going to happen if you talk to her again? If you accepted the quest, what's going to happen if you talk to her again? If you haven't accepted the quest, what's going to happen? You have to think like that whenever you're doing a game or a program in general, really. Gargoyle, you got it right. Good. I'm interested in this game. Yeah, so what it's going to be is while you guys are watching this and accumulating shells, and every hour that you watch, that's going to transfer over to the server, and then the server will host this game like in a website. You guys can play it, and whoever does the best within the week, your character and your name will be shown on the screen, and it'll rotate through like the best achievements and stuff. It'll be like a regular RPG game, except it's all done on this server and integrated with the stream. I don't even know what this is. He's making a game, exactly. I think I almost got RPG Maker once. It's a lot of fun, and I'm gonna try as hard as I can to explain as much as I can. It's pretty complicated though, I'll be honest. Alright, so anyways, we've gone through all this stuff. There's Ivy. She walks through this door. We go into her garden, which is listed over here underneath of her house, so it's nested. And then we come out here, and there's Ivy standing there. Now, this particular action down here, it says auto run. It's going to happen as soon as we get transferred to this area. This thing is going to start. The first thing it does is say we're outside, which was one of the bugs I just found recently, because there's a day and a night cycle. It's light during the day and dark during night. It wasn't turning dark if we walked out here when it was dark. Fix that. She says, follow me. We both follow each other. She explains how the garden works. If you don't have a carrot seed left at this point, she gives you 1 so you can test it out real quick. If you have 6 carrot seeds, let's say, when you turn it in, you'll just keep the 1 carrot seed. She doesn't give it, back to you every time. So then she explains to you about the seeds, and then she walks away. After that's done, at the bottom here, farming is unlocked. Now you can start farming if you want to. And she goes back in the house. Now, because it evaluates the pages backwards, if the switch farming unlocked happens, then she's not there and she doesn't do anything. So in other words, in the game, every time you come to this screen after farming is unlocked, she's standing there, but you can't see her and you can't interact with her. That's how things in this game work. Just because you don't see stuff doesn't mean it's not there. Let's see. I think I have 13,000 shells in the game. Good. I didn't buy anything though. The only bad RPG is Undertale in my opinion. I'm not a fan of Undertale either, and I wouldn't really call it an RPG per se. So the other thing that happens on almost every screen is you have starting events. So down here there are these 3. You put them off the map somewhere that you can't actually access them if you're a player. But like this one comes up and it's going to run one time and only one time the first time you come here. Hi, how you doing? No, I haven't. Remember we decided, or we talked about that, and just as we realized I had thrown away a paper.
Oh, okay, so we'll start.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay. So what did the Kleizov give a pony a glass of water? I don't know. So yeah, Bandit, you're gonna have a ton of calories. You'll have 439 calories, which is a huge currency in that game. Hi, Shelly. She left. You guys are gonna have to craft almost everything in the game, which is, you know, think of it as Terraria. You could go to the NPCs and you can buy a couple things, but for the most part, you have to craft everything. However, with calories, you'll be able to purchase things quicker. So think of it kind of like the premium currency in games, except you're not buying anything, you're just watching me. That's all. Who are you talking to? My girlfriend. It was supposed to be an RPG. You encounter stuff and kill it, spare it, and you interact with stuff. Gotcha. But it doesn't really work that way, at least not what I've seen. All right, so it declares how long it takes each of the seeds to grow. Right now, I just have it set to 360. So this game runs at 60 frames a second. That means 1 second is 60 frames. Makes perfect sense. So this is going to happen in 6 seconds. 6 times 6 is 36. So all of these are going to be done very quickly just for testing purposes. I'll change it later. Sets all these things to off so it doesn't automatically start growing things in plots. It starts your farming level at 0 because remember, before this point you've not even known farming existed. Your experience to 0, and then the last level that Ivy knew about is also 0. It says control switch A equals on. That's what this comes in. As long as that's on now, nothing else will happen. So this will run one time in this game and never run ever again. Shelly, I better able to craft a burrito leather jacket. I don't know, I guess I could do that. A, because he was a little horse. Answer, because he was a little horse. It's way too deep for an RPG, if you say so. No, actually, let's go back. No, not even close. Like, you have no idea. Like, JRPGs are so crazy deep, it's ridiculous. Like, if you take the story from a JRPG and really break it down, they're ridiculous. Like, just ridiculous with symbolism and everything. Undertale is like 2% of the complexity and whatever of a JRPG. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 Lollipoplix. Oh no, the 4th grade math rhymes? Huh. Ultima does many things. Hi, hey Mike, long time no see. It has been a long time. I remember you. You've changed it to many things though. Last time I saw you, I thought it was Ultima does games or something like that, but I can't remember. All right, so anyway, super long story short, these are the plots to the farm over here. So you get 3 unlocked to begin with. Now, each one of these plots has 14 tabs to make it work. And then each tab is, most of the tabs are short, but this one, just take a look at how much code there is to this. That's tab 1. That's just to let you plant a seed or not plant a seed. So then the second one is to tell you how long you have left for the plot to grow in a percentage. It'll say you have 25% left, 50% left, whatever. That's what all this code does. Then all the rest of these tabs are the different types of seeds, so it shows you which plot you actually planted. So when the carrots are done growing, they look like carrots. When the life weed is done, it looks like that. The walnut seeds look like that. I know walnuts grow on trees, but screw it. These are punch berries. These are the good luck clovers, I think I called them. These are the sour onions. These are the magic flowers. Actually, it says up here, nightshade, resist leek, death root, psychedelic mushroom, and super spicy pepper. and that's in order of levels. So until you hit farming level 10, you can't grow a super spicy pepper. All of these things will be used in ingredients to make food dishes, to make potions, and then even some of the armor and weapons can be augmented with the things that you make with these peppers and, you know, mushrooms and whatnot. That's always been many things. I'm sorry. This is pretty cool. Thanks. Drifting's back. Woo. This time not in a car. Well, good. Undertale on the surface simple, then it gets so complex that it's not complex because it's a waste of time and space, and you start to question your life because you got it for money and you wasted money. Again, you have absolutely no idea. Like, hundreds and hundreds of hours it takes to get through a JRPG. Undertale is nothing. It's ridiculously small in comparison. All right. So this is the gardening thing. Each one of these plots has to be different. So this one needs to be unlocked. Until it's unlocked, it shows that there's a grape planted right here, a grape plant. Once you go into Ivy and she unlocks farming plot 4, then it shows you the same screen that all the other ones do. So that's how it works with her unlocking things. Going back into her house, as you talk to her, she figures out whether she owes you any more plots or not. So she knows that your farming level is greater than the last time you talked to her. Oh, you leveled up farming since we last spoke. I'm so proud of you. Let me figure out what I owe you. So then it goes down the list and it tries to figure out what plots need to be unlocked for you. So at level 1, when you go up to level 1 from 0, you get 1 plot. Then when you go to level 2, you get 2 plots, and then it goes back and forth the rest of the way. 1 plot, then 2 plots, 1 plot, then 2 plots, until you get to level 10. Once they're unlocked, they'll unlock on the actual garden and you'll be able to use them. Other things that happen in here, like you can see there's this candle back here. What this is doing is an animation. So I'm saying that it's stepping at all times. So imagine a character just standing in place and like walking. That animation can be repeated on any other type of object as well. So this candle has an animation. So on one screen, it's like the flame is straight up. The next one, it's over to the left or right, and the other one, it's the left to right, and it just kind of like moves. So it flickers like a candle would flicker. That's an event. Down here is a staircase that can go to her basement. There are 2 states right now for it. If you just walk in and don't even talk to her, she kind of yells at you a little bit. If you talk to her first, she says something along the lines of, "I'm going to kill you if you go down there." So she could have a complex kind of thing, or not, or I might just have that as a gag. Who knows? We'll find out. All right, so let's go back to the main hub. So on here, your game will be automatically saved for you as you play. It'll be saved pretty often, so you guys can't reload and retry difficult things over and over again. So right now, that's not built into it, so I had to put in a temporary save point, which is what this is right here. It literally just lets you save when you click on it. This character here, it's like a character that's dead on the ground. I just picked something at random. This allows you to open the character creator, which lets you change the look of your character. It works perfectly in this desktop version that I have. It doesn't work on the website yet at all, but I'm working on it. It'll get there. It'll get there. Skyrim Gamer, hello. It's a waste of time because of it. I mean, it's not complex. It's pretty hard to be sarcastic in a YouTube chat. Ribco says hello. So since I came in, I'm kind of curious, what's your main goal in this game? Or is it kind of like a game with no real end goal like Stardew Valley? There will be individual goals, but yeah, it just really is going to come down to you getting stronger so you can do better daily quests and get onto the leaderboards of like the stream, basically. I don't know how many people are actually going to play it right now. Anybody that signed up for the new RPG thing that's built in the Frogbot has been added to this, and anyone new that does it from this point forward, then you'll be added to the Frogbot thing too. But that's pretty much it. It's just for you to continue playing. Think like World of Warcraft. It'll be similar to that. Justice Will, what's up, man? Hey, buddy. Hey, Will. I'm glad you came. Yikes, I'll be right back. YouTube decided to auto set the quality to 144 and I'm trying to change the stream froze. Jeez. Oh, sure. It's super hard to be sarcastic in super chat or YouTube chat. That's so right. Yeah, he's right. It's actually not that hard. All right, so moving on, we've got an inn. So inside this inn, again, to interact with the door, you would double click on this. It does pretty much the exact same thing I showed you last time, but now it transports you to a new place in floor 1. So in floor 1 is over here. So you walk in and this is what you find. This is Ribco here behind the bar. See, Ribco. What can it get for ya? That's all he says. That's all he says. This person here, you're going to be able to woo later on, and you can like create a relationship and perhaps even start dating this person. But for now, her name's Eve, and she just says, hi, and that's it. This guy's an albino. I made the character. His name's Blinky. I have absolutely no idea what he's going to do, but for now he can't talk. So if you try to talk to him, then Erica tells you he doesn't talk. This is Erica. If you talk to Erica, she just says hello. I don't know if it's a she or a he. It doesn't really matter, does it? This is Drifting Frog right here. Right now, she does two things. If you talk to her without doing a secret thing, she just says hello. The second tab is the secret thing, but I'm not going to show you what that is because you're going to have to figure it out on your own. But she gets to handle the secret thing. Right here's a fire. This is like what I was talking about before, the animation event. So all this exists for is just to make it look like the fire is actually on in the fireplace. That goes for these lamps as well. There's a cook here. The cook doesn't do anything right now, but that's going to be the person you need to speak to learn how to cook dishes, and they'll allow you to use their stove to cook things with eventually. But for now, not so much. Totally, maybe even the hardest thing in the whole world. The hardest thing in the whole world for me is to talk to a table, walk by a table full of free donuts without grabbing one. Stream lagging a bunch. I guess I have to fly for now. I'm interested to see where this game goes. Good luck, Mike. Thanks. I'll see you, Ultima. Ha, he knows the secret. Farting is like the song from Frozen. Work, conceal, don't let them know. Home, let it go, let it go. I can't hold it back anymore. All right, I guess you could say that. Sure. It's doing the goddamn delete thing. What's with you, Frogbot? All right, and then this is a person here that you're going to have interactions with later on in the game after you find out who she is. But for now, she just says piss off. And then this guy up here, same thing. He's going to have a purpose in the future, but he doesn't have one now. Down here we have, see, I just clicked and it tried to put an action. Down here we have the League. So if you talk to this person who happens to be Dan and you ask him who's all in the league, it's just us. It's the Justice League. See, it's like a little joke. The Justice League. Will is here right now. Here's Will. You know what Will does? He tells 20 different jokes. I'm not going to show you any of them. You have to find them all other than the one that was just on the screen. But he'll even continue to have more jokes as time goes on too. I'll keep adding. You already typed that, Stone Lover? That? How good it feels to see your stream? Oh, hi Chaos. I know I was hoping for him to read it. Sorry. And then over here is Nate, and I don't know anything about Nate, so he said, I'm very good at video games. It's a shame Mike doesn't know more about me. I would be a much more interesting character. And that's all he says. You can go upstairs. Right here, there's a staircase, and if, again, you click on this, it makes a sound, and then it transfers you to the next floor, which is right here. Nothing to do up here, really. This right here is just an event that says I'm inside during the day and night cycle, so it doesn't make the inside dark. We don't want that to happen. Then if you go back down the stairs, it takes you back to where you were. Coming back to here again, we have a whole bunch of different shops. So the first one is like a weapons and armor type shop. So we've got that right here, equip shop. This is what the shop inside looks like. So if you speak to this woman, she'll have things for sale. Right now, the only thing she sells is a toy sword, and you actually get, oh wait, and then for armor, you can buy a shield or a hat. The toy sword you get during the tutorial of the game, which is a whole different part of this. But you will have something anyways. Farting is like farting, whereas the song from Frozen is like having someone you don't like sing very loudly at their emotions when you're trying to work. All right, fair enough. Then on this main map here, I have up in this corner, I have a blacksmith that is going to have the ability to let you use metals that you have. You can smelt them into bars at this forge, and then you'll be able to use an anvil. I don't have a good picture for an anvil, so right now I'm just using this thing that looks like a big black mushroom. Phoebe, please shut up. What's the matter? What? She's been quiet the entire day. As soon as I start streaming, now she's gonna whine. What? Anyways, you'll be able to use this as an anvil, and then you'll be able to go into his house eventually when you become good enough friends with him. I keep sliding away with my chair. This is a plate or a treasure chest I put in there. Inside I just put a sword. It's a super OP sword. It's just so you can test out the game like with the battle system and not have to go through the time to actually kill everything, just to see what kind of drops you get and things like that. Zonfar, how is everyone? Not too shabby. How are you, Zonfar? This is the church. I'm not going to go in there because that's kind of an inside joke and I want to see who of you gets it and who doesn't. In this top corner here, this is going to be like the mayor, or I don't know, like the official for the town. I might come up with a different title than mayor, but this is his house. You're going to have to go there and talk to him before you can leave this main hub area and go out into the world. And then I'll have lots of other little shops and other things that you can do, like enchant items. You can create, well, you have to get magic, so there'll be like a wizard of some sort that you can get stuff from. So this whole top part of this area is just temporarily blank until I figured it out. Good use on far, doing well. My catchphrase is stone on, just letting you know. How complicated will it be? Will the crafting system be? No more complicated than any other game that you would have used, like Minecraft or Terraria. It's not going to be crazy complicated. I love the church. The church was great, and the church. The answer to the previous question was Pluto. This country's mental tally was 1 gold. Oh god, I hate these stupid questions. The church is pretty neat. How's my dude? It's not bad, Chaos. How are you? Georgia? The country Georgia, not the state Georgia. Alright, so for testing purposes, this guard right here normally would be in your way in between these two whatever things, and you wouldn't be able to walk past, and he would just say, I'm under orders to not allow anyone past. Once you talk to the mayor or whatever his title is going to be and do whatever he asks of you, then you'll be able to leave, but for now we can leave. Then we go out into the main world, and this is the main world here. So as was pointed out to me by Ribco, there's a problem whenever you play this game for real. There's like an image that pops up right here for some reason. So I'll show you a quick play test of the game. So this is what happens when I hit play on the game. So I go in here, and this is the game. So if you leave and come down here, you see there's this weird rock thing here. But when I see like if you look over here, there's no rock thing there. Now underneath of this, it looks like there's something maybe a little more yellow than I would think it should be, and that's probably what it is, but I can't see it unless I'm actually playing the game. UMU, I like this. Hello, Microman channel. What's up? Oh, RPG Maker. I have used Unity to make a game. Yeah, I have Unity too. I'm going to be switching to that eventually. I'm doing good. I'm glad to see you, Mike. Your streams make my day great. Well, thanks, Chaos. I appreciate that. I'm making one, but it's bad so far. Also, getting help. Gotcha. Well, it's a team of people trying to make the game in Ruby with Gosu. I don't know what that is. Nah, I like Unity. Daily Dan, what's up? How you doing, man? C# is the language I like. I like C#. I remember when it came out. C# is Java. Microsoft stole it from Sun, but that's a whole different story. So anyways, in the real game, I'll go into here, and this is the mining area. So I had implemented mining first before I implemented anything else really, and it was working, but I noticed after I've gone and I've done the farming part, I've broken mining for some reason. So that's one of the bugs I'm going to fix here on the stream to show you guys how this works. So prior to me doing anything else, there was this chest, and when you open the chest, it gives you a couple items. It gives you, first of all, a key item called the mining skill badge. That allows you to start mining now. You also will have a pickaxe that's a key item, and that pickaxe will change depending on what you've crafted. So you'll start out with just like a crappy stone pickaxe, then you'll be able to increase it up to like the highest one, which I believe is going to be something that has to do with frogs. I'm not quite sure. I haven't figured that out yet. Gaming Bros, hello. Can I be a character? Maybe. Whoa, is the music new? Kind of. It's just copyright-free music that's playing in the background. Mike, you're my favorite streamer. Well, thank you, Gaming Bros. I won't tell anyone what the game is. The whole team won't. It's kind of a secret till we get the art we need. All right, cool. a description of me: long blonde hair, blue eyes, gray hoodie. Okay. So now that I have that badge, I should be able to go up to this rock and mine the copper, but it's not working. So if I go and I mine, oh, never mind, it totally worked. Okay, so I must have fixed it by accident. Well, there you go. Woo, I was victorious. I got 2 pieces of copper ore. And then it stays there, but if I click on it, nothing happens. This guy right here exists just to have me test the battle system. When you go and you mine the rock, it has to force a whole bunch of stuff to work in a completely different way because you're like battling the rock. And because I'm turning a whole bunch of stuff off, I have to turn it back on again. This guy allows me to test to see if that actually worked. So I'm just, it gives a random thing for you to kill. It normally gives you a wrap, but it could be other things. So the battle is just like the battles that you do in any Final Fantasy game, basically. The very low level things like rats and worms and stuff are pretty easy. Now that I say that, I've missed twice. All right, there we go, finally. All right, let me keep going. I don't even know if I can run from this battle. I don't remember if I gave that ability or not. Anyway, this game looks really cool. Thanks. If you make a game character, can you name it after me? Possibly. My real name? Dude, what's this game gonna be called? I tried to make the goat's tooth, but I'm shit at coding and stuff or whatever. I don't really know what this game's gonna be called. It's just gonna be, you know, part of the stream, so probably just MikeBigFrog. Also, that blue thing, when you attack it, it appears as a rat? Yeah, mostly. That mining is cool? Thanks. Weapons, sword, stone? Oh, okay. Yeah, so whenever you attack the rock, it's actually the pick. And I don't know if you noticed, but the attack button, this that says attack, actually said mining when I went to the rock. Not to be confused with Dwayne Johnson. Alright, so now I've done that. Every time I talk to him, I can fight him again if I want to. But this cave is going to be randomly, procedurally generated, as they say. So there's going to be rocks all over that you can mine. Like, for instance, this little rock over here would actually be a rock that you could mine, but I haven't implemented that part yet. But you can walk around in here. There's going to be random encounters. As you go around and you destroy stuff, kind of like the way Stardew Valley works, you'll go to the end, and there'll always be like a little switch. So if I hit this switch, a sound echoed from near the entrance. See, now over on this side, an exit has opened, so when you first enter the cave, you can go down to like the next level if you want. See, name it Mining Battles, Uncle Mike's Fun Time Fun Shack. There you go, Will. You should, my bad, perfect, okay, name, I guess. Mike equals Uncle Jiggly confirmed. Mike, what's the main story of this game that can decide the game? I don't even know. It's gonna be a whole bunch of characters from the stream and just normal RPG default stuff. I'm trying to make them funny too, but I really don't know. Instead of studying for an assignment, I'm watching this, totally worth it, nice. Your game looks cool, I want to play it, thanks. So when you're here, you'd be able to go down to the next level. There isn't a next level yet, so it just kind of deposits you randomly here. And then same thing, if you would go down, it would take you to the next level, but there is no next level. So that's that. Let's go through and I'll show you how the farming works. So you notice it's dark outside now. This is a sundial. This will tell me it's 26, in other words, it's 12:26 in the morning, and today is Monday. There will be things that actually only happen on certain days, so kind of like Stardew Valley 2. Many seeds found. So this is just a cheat for me to not have to go through and collect all these. So this is what she says. You guys can read it later, but she just basically asks you a bunch of questions like, are you sure you want to farm? Yes, yes, yes. Gives you a garden key. All right. I just gave her the 5 seeds she asked for. And this is that long cutscene I was talking about. You know, I'm clicking through it really fast, so there's not much, it doesn't seem as long as it really is, but she leaves, and once she leaves, then I can move. So I can plant a carrot seed, because I have some in my hand. I can plant another carrot seed, sure. I can plant another carrot seed, and as I'm planting stuff, I'm leveling my farming up. When you get to a certain level, then you get more of these plots unlocked over here. It's pretty empty for the moment. It is. Doing work I missed yesterday while I did this. Oh, real fun times. Please make this game for Xbox. Speaking of which, actually, they're releasing RPG Maker MV, the one I'm using, for all the consoles. It's already on the Switch from what I understand. So yeah, I'll be able to release this to everything. Let's see, people from Stream Mining Battles. How about a cave hunt with Mike and friends? Maybe. Little Lava, hello, how are you? Hi Lava. All right, this is a really cool developer tool. Why is it $70 then? It very often goes on sale for 20 bucks. That's what I paid for it. All right, you notice my crops are done, so I'm gonna harvest them. Now this guy here doesn't do anything except level up my farming. So every time I talk to him, I get a level. So it says, now I can start planting a lifeweed seed. Speak to Ivy when you have time. So now let's go back inside and let's talk to Ivy. And she says, oh, you've leveled up your farming since we last spoke. I'm so proud of you. Let's see what I owe you. I'm going to unlock one new plot for you. Use it well, because remember when at the beginning when I was showing you, when you level up one time, it's one plot, 2 times 2 plots, and then odds 1 and evens 2, like with the levels as it goes up. So now that she's unlocked it, you go back out and see now there's a new plot that's open. Also, because I gave myself a whole bunch of seeds, I now have these lifeweed seeds. So I can plant those. And now I am out. So if I try to select either of these, it just yells at me. So that's planted, I harvest it, and there we go. Now I have all those. If you go into your inventory, you see I have a little bit of copper ore, I have some carrots, I have a lifeweed plant, and then I have a whole bunch of seeds from before. The carrots, you'll be able to cook them in recipes, but it's one of the things you can grow yourself and actually eat if you need to. So if you eat it raw, then it gives you 100 HP. So we're gonna go ahead and see, if I do this, I'm still gonna have HP left. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. If I click on it a second time, it still works. I can just, it only gave me 5 HP. Now it yells at me because I've already maxed out my HP. I can't eat anymore. And you notice now I have 2 fewer carrots. Makes perfect sense the way that works. Weapons, I do have a toy sword, so I can equip that. The other thing I can do, oh yeah, whenever you go in here, you see there's parts that you can augment your weapons with. I haven't decided on what I'm going to call them and how many there will be. By default, there's 4 of them: glyph, mark, orb, and orb. But you'll be able to get stuff to put onto your weapons to, like, let's say, make it poison enemies, or to give you extra defense on your armor, things like that. Let's see. Like, do you have an Xbox? If so, we can be friends. I actually do not. Watch the Humble Bundle site. It goes on sale there the most. He is absolutely right. That's where I got it from. Will, thanks, I guess. Most developers' tools are expensive. My 3D modeling tools that can be used for game developers cost 60 bucks. Well, 60, what is that, euro? I don't know what that symbol is, Lava. I'm sorry. Per year? Half? I started watching South Park. I think I like it more than Futurama. Do you like South Park? I like it too. It gets really weird later, very preachy. But it's good. I like Futurama better. Wait, Dungeon Hunters? Maybe. Sorry someone came to the door. No big deal. Alright, let's keep going. So I think that's pretty much it that I can show you without spoiling any major things that I want you guys to find on your own. Here's the bar. So like I told you, Ribco will just say, what can I get for you? We don't know what Ribco really is. Like, we don't know if he's a guy, a girl, if he's 10, 50, we have no idea. So this is, in my head, whenever I'm talking to Ribco, this is what I see anyways, so it kind of worked out that way. I tried to make everyone look like what they really look like. So here's drifting. That's pretty much what drifting looks like. The evil eyes, that's questionable, but it's pretty close. So you go down and you talk to Dan. And that's more or less what Dan looks like, a little bit. It's a facsimile of Dan. Who's all in the league? Just us. That sounds familiar. You look like someone that could help the league out. Come speak to me if you're ever looking for work. So we'll get one joke from Will. How many apples grow on trees? All of them! Ha 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 ha! Yeah. Alright, so let's get out of this and let's go back to the designing and let's try to fix some bugs. It's the pound sign. Oh yeah, wait, you can upgrade the stuff via copper and also that's awesome. Yeah, and you can craft new weapons and you'll be able to change classes and things too. I played it a long time ago, made some stupid animations on my channel. I'll like Futurama better. Yeah, I definitely do too. Mike, I gotta go. If you make a character for me, call it Alex because that's my name. See you later. Okay, Gaming Bros, I'll see ya. Sheesh, so you can make a character. My eyes look like that if I don't sleep for 3 days. 4, well, you don't sleep for 3 days usually, right? Just make me an ant, LOL, because I'm very small. Microman. All right, so we're gonna redraw this entire area and I'll show you how this tool works. So up top here, there are 2 icons next to each other. This red thing, don't know why it's red and what it looks like a piece from Sorry. That is the events, and then this is the map editor. So when I'm clicked on this, I can't change the way the game looks at all. I can just add events. So now I'm gonna click on this, and now I can make the way the game looks different. What I'm going to do is a really easy, quick thing that I learned way too late in this. If you right click in an area, it copies it, and then you can just paste it in place like this. So I'm going to erase that whole little area there that was having the issue and stupid delete because of stupid Frogbot again. So now we're going to go and try to recreate these mountains. So over here you see I have that, but I also have options like this. So I'm going to recreate, let's look here. I'm going to recreate, yep, that was wrong. I think I'm recreating this. Yeah, there we go, like that, see? And then this will go here, right? And then I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that, and now I've redrawn that whole area. So now that we've done that, let's try this again. Yes, let's save the changes. Let's load up a brand new game again. All right, and let's go back outside. Have I fixed the problem? I have. So now that weird, like, I don't know, tan block, whatever, isn't popping up in the way like it used to. Devin, what's up? Exactly, hello Devin. Hey Devin, hello. Mike, how about Dungeon Hunters? Yeah, maybe. Hello everyone, hey Devin. Devin! If you make me as a character, make me into a drunken idiot who doesn't know anything. All right. My appearance, mystic black robe. That's actually what Zonfar's wearing right now. Hi, Lava. Hi, Zonfar. Everyone asking for characters. LOL. I did put it in the title of this. Hello, Mike. It's Sam. I remember Sam Flynn lives. And if you're going to make me, then I need to be a wise old man that tells you life facts or survival tips. Ooh, the rock thing is not in the game anymore. Right. Ender, hello. I haven't asked because I don't know if I'm added. If I add Lava, she's going to be a fire sprite and she's going to be teeny tiny. She's going to be like a lava sprite. Also, about the project, the other person coding is prior experience at 2 or 3 games, and I have never made one. Like, I can read and edit code, but not write it. Gotcha. I was a programmer prior to this, so this was not a huge step for me to go into this. All right, so I fixed one bug. The next bug I'm going to attempt to fix, and this is going to be a little on the difficult programming side. So I have a day-night cycle in this game. Right now, whenever it changes from day to night, it just instantly changes from day to night, just boom, like that. But it's supposed to do this smooth transition over the course of like 6 or 7 seconds. It's not doing that. So this button I pressed up here, this takes you into the database of the game. See, database. This has tons of stuff, and we'll add some enemies and stuff too, and I'll show you how that works. But right now I'm going to go to the common events because that's where I have the time system. So what it's doing is for every 60 frames, remember this game runs at 60 frames a second, so that means 60 frames equals 1 second. Wait for a second and then add a minute. So in this game, 1 second is 1 minute. So, you know, you're going to get 24 hours, which will take you 24 minutes because 24 times 60, yeah. So if the minutes are over 60, increase the hours and then the minutes, and then it goes down the line. Now what I'm doing, every time the hours changes to the next day, you increase the days by 1, make the hours 0, and then I'm going to attempt to find out the day of the week using modulo. So this here is saying here's where my error is right now because I haven't set it. So what I need to do is make temp1 the day the number of days. So that's where my bug is. So I'm taking this variable and I'm making it 0, but I actually have to make the variable the days, which are right here. So now when I take the days, I'm going to take the days and modulo 7. So I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. But what modulo does is it's a arithmetic operation. It gives you the remainder of a division. So if you divide like 1 by 7, you're going to get 0 with the remainder of 1. So then that means if you're looking at like a base of 7, you can figure out where in that you are. It's kind of hard to explain, but if I gave it a 7, I would get a 0 because there's a remainder of 0. So I assign the days based on the answer from the modulo. So if it's a 0, that means it's either day 0, day 7, day 14, day 21, and so on. If it comes back as a 1, then it's day 1, day 8, and so on. And it goes all the way down until you get to 6 because it's 0 through 6. That's how that works. Wow, LOL, okay. Oh, this game has daylight systems? Nice, yeah. Did you ever wonder why I was gone for like a month? I mean, to be honest, I didn't notice you being gone because I was gone for pretty much a month. But I mean, I definitely remember you. Dan, I remember you? Yeah, I think. Hope this becomes popular. Me too. You do? Module, you're pronouncing it right, modulo. I see potential in it. Yeah, I could have sworn I did. For some reason, my favorite feature in games is upgrades. Cool, I gotcha. All right, so that was my bug. I'm 99% sure I fixed it now. So let's go and let's test it. So I have this common event down here, and it's setting the day of the week to be Monday. It's setting the minutes to be 50 and the hours to be 20, which is 8:50 in the evening, and I have night start at 9 o'clock. So in other words, in 10 seconds of starting the game, it's going to go from day to night. So all I'm going to do is open up the game and sit here and wait for 10 seconds, and I'm going to wait to see what happens like when it goes from day to night. So if I check this, it'll tell me the time. So I have 6 more seconds. Yep, see, it just went from day to night. There was no transition at all, so I still have the bug, 9:03. I wanted to do this really nice, smooth, over a couple seconds transition. It'll look much better. London, days of the week? Yes. London, you were right. Huh, you put an exclamation point and it still worked. It's not supposed to do, oh, it takes out the punctuation. That's why, yeah, that's weird. That did work. All right, let's go back and think about this logic again. Okay, I need to figure out, oh wait, no, this is for the days of the week. No, that was another bug I had, but I figured out that bug, coincidentally. All right, so that's not it. Day, night, outside. Okay, here it is. This is where it figures it out. Okay, so I have night being from 9 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning. All right, so we're gonna start assuming that everything is at 0 and go from there. So what I'm, saying is if it's less than 5 o'clock, or if it's less than or equal to 5 o'clock in the morning, then I'm going to take and make it night really quickly over 1 frame. So, 1/60th of a second. If it's greater than 5, if it's exactly 6 o'clock and it's less than 12 seconds into 6 o'clock, then we're going to change it to day, but we're going to do it over a very slow 720 frames instead. Otherwise, if it's past 12 and you're like leaving a house, let's say you leave the inn to come outside, it's just going to instantly be dark because it's already transitioned into dark. So that's how the prior to 6 o'clock in the morning works. All right, so it says if hours is 6. If it's not exactly 6, then it drops down to here. Now it's going to worry about night. So if the hours are greater than or equal to 21. So what I'm actually looking for is 9 o'clock at night, which is 2100. So if hours are exactly 21 and if minutes are less than 12 minutes, in other words 12 seconds in our time, then do the smooth transition over 720 frames. If it's greater than 12, just make it dark. If it's greater than 21 but not exactly 21, just make it dark. And then Oh, it does if it's not exactly 21. And then if it's not less than that, make it dark as well. Otherwise, fall through and make it day, because then that means it's day and everything should work. But it doesn't. And there's some flaw in my logic there, and I don't know what it is. I pronounce it mod-ul. That's module. I'll spell it out for you guys. That's how it's spelled, modulo. I still use Scratch. I have no idea. It's simple and I'm bored because it's not skilled enough to do the real games and a proper hobby. I mean, the slow transition, he already has done that. I love transitions between day and night. I hope you managed to do that. Me too. I still like Undertale. Is that bad? No. Everyone has their opinion, but there's still Carp all content coding from Toby Fox. Thanks, crap. Carp works too, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's modulo. All right, so let's think about this logic again. It's 8:50. It's just 8:59. It's just about to turn 9 o'clock at night. All right, so it's 8. Let's say it's 9 o'clock on the dot, 9 with 0 minutes, which is 21 because we're in military time. So it's 21. 21 is not less than or equal to 5. So it's going to drop down to the else block. This one here, which is everything. Okay. Is it 6? No, it's not 6, so it's going to go down to that else block. If the hours are greater than or equal to 21, in this case, they are. If hours equals exactly 21, it does. If minutes are less than 12, well, I'm at 0, so that should be fine. It should drop into this and do the slow transition from day to night. It doesn't. It's falling down to one of these other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out when these things are being called. So I'm going to put in a script command, and I'm going to say log 1. Actually, I think I have to do it like that. Console log 1. Okay, so then here I'm going to paste it. Why didn't that work? Hold on. There's no pasting once you delete something in this game, by the way. So I have to do it all over again. There's a lot of things I don't like about this thing. All right. Okay, so let's take that, copy it. All right, and then put it here. I copied the wrong thing. There we go. Paste, 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 paste. All right, so then we're going to go in here and we're going to edit. We're going to say 2, 3, 4. Three, 4, 5. 6, 7. That didn't work. What just happened? 7. There we go. Okay, so now when it transitions, it's going to tell me when it transitions. My dog is begging to take for a walk. See you later. Okay, I'll see ya. Like Splatoon, holy crap. Bye for now, Dan. Every time you say something with Dan on here, mine goes to Justice Dan. Gotcha. Yeah, bye, Microman. No, Dan is going, not me. It can be confusing. Mike, if you want to see something funny, then look on your Discord server. I will later. This music is nice. Do you know what it's called? I just went on and I said, find copyright-free music for me. All right, so this here has called 8 a bunch of times. See? So it keeps falling into case 8. Now that it's changed, it went immediately. So we're going to scroll up. It went to 4, then 6, then 4, then 6, then 4, then 6, and it just repeats like for freaking ever. 4, then 6, then 4, then 6, then 4, then 6. Ah, there's a 5 that just jumped in there. All right. So the first thing it called was 4. So let's take a look at our logic here. 4 is right here. That's exactly where I wanted it to be. This goddamn delete from Frogbot. So it went in there like it should have. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. I need more water. My mouth is getting dry from talking so much. Perfect. O. All right. So it went 4, then 6 immediately. So then it dropped down from here. It was in the else, and it just dropped to here. So that's order of operations. It did this first, then this second. That's where my bug is. This should not be here because there's something that's handled in the else. So the 6 is superfluous, as they say. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say okay. I'm gonna test it again. And I bet you it's gonna work because of the superfluous 6. So let's move this over there so we can see here. It's 8, lots and lots of 8s. And then it's 4, and you can see it's gradually transferring from night or from day to dark. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to. Tons and tons of 4s are popping up. And eventually it's gonna go, yep, to 5. So it finishes transition, and now it's finished. So it has done what it needed to do. There was a little like quick jump there, so some of my logic is a little wrong, but it worked. It worked. I'm happy you're doing streaming today. It's been a hellish as ever since I got home from college. I'm sorry to hear that. What's up? Everything not okay? Oh, nice. So there we go. That was my logic. So I'm gonna go in here and delete all this crap. Otherwise, it's gonna keep printing to the console every time. This is how you can debug code. There's a bunch of ways you can do it, but sending something out to a console that you can watch is the easiest way. It's also the least flexible way. To really truly find out where an error is, then you have to go into the actual code and debug it, which I'm gonna do next. So I figured out my problem. My problem was I had this if statement here. It would fall into here, but then I had another tint screen right after this. So it was saying do this gradual transition, and then something said just do it right away. So it was like extra and not needed to be there. I did 720 seconds, but how much is that? So it's 12 seconds. All right, so I should probably make this 13 seconds instead. And then up here, yeah. Let's do that, make it 13 seconds. So now it'll be more gradual when it happens. There'll be like a 1 second lapse where it's not gonna just take over like that. I'm not old enough to know these, I'm sorry. Interrupted? Movie was released on, oh, Girl Interrupted, yeah, that's right. All right, so here's the one that I'm dreading the most. So I got this plugin from a guy called Some Random Dude, and he created this character creator. So when I'm on my computer here, not on the website, and I go up and I talk to this creature, whatever, that's dead here, it allows me to go in and change my character. So if I wanted to make it a woman, I can, and then I can change her color. So I could be like, let's be blue. There we go. So I'm blue, ba-da-dee, ba-da-die. And then I can choose the face shape. So if I wanted to, I could make her like really angry. Let's make her really angry. And actually, no, we want to change her color to blue. There we go. She's blue. And then eyes, let's make her have really big, gigantic eyes. All right. Eyebrows, we're gonna make her mean, so those are good right there. All right, cool. Let's give her, I don't know. Let's give her a pointy nose like that. Let's just give her a regular, nah, let's give her a, like, an evil smile. Let's try that. Yeah, she looks really good now. All right, front hair, let's make it, you know what, let's not give her any front hair. There we go, so we can really see her face. And then her rear hair, we'll give her pigtails because that'll be a perfect contrast. There we go. That's the character. So you leave here, you say yes, it saves it. So you see my character walking around actually has changed. If I look at my image, that's what I look like now. Everything's fantastic. That's the way it's supposed to work. It doesn't work like that on websites though. When I walked in one room, the hamster was shaking, couldn't open his eyes, making clicking noises. I think he's dying. I sat with him with my hands for hours, but still alive for now. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Sebastian, Mike, you're my hero. Hi, Sebastian, thanks. Oh no, Lava, I hope he's okay. I know. He's having a seizure. Hopefully he will make it, hopefully. I don't know the vet, or just leave him. He has a good life, maybe. I don't know how hamsters are. He's shaking and clicking, so I'm not sure if I'm expecting him to not be around when I come home from college tomorrow. I'm sorry. Hopefully it's just that he's cold. I'm sorry. Please, please, please change the nose and lip colors. Well, because they're wrong. Please don't leave it. Too late. They're there. Look at them. Look at them. They're the wrong color drifting. What are you gonna do? And it changed from night to day, or day to night, I should say, perfectly. All right, so in order to do this, now we have to go into the code. So I use Notepad++ to edit stuff like this. This is the dude's plugin here. So at the top of every plugin, you give information about what the plugin is, and then you can define parameters to go in. You also give it a little bit of a help file to explain how to do it. So all of this is comments. This is the actual code where it starts. So this guy has a whole bunch of plugins, and this plugin requires his other plugins to work. His other plugins flat out will never work online. It's impossible. So I had to take out this part so it doesn't connect to his other plugins. So then it goes down into all of this stuff, and then one of the first problems that this has is when you deal with something on a computer, you can take a file and you can save it onto the local hard drive. When you're doing something online, you can save stuff to the local hard drive, but it's temporary. Usually it'll stay between sessions, but it only stays for a little while, like a couple days, and then it gets deleted. So your save files would get deleted. I have it backing up to a database instead, so I had to change all the functionality of how this works. Mike, you need an old NPC that gives bad information or directions? You can name it after me. All right, so an old guy that gives bad directions. Poot, Mwahaha. Devin can be the doctor that heals you. Drifting, LOL. Don't let it connect to his plugins. That's what I did, exactly. So yeah, it doesn't connect to his plugins. So the first thing that he tried to do, but very unsuccessfully, is it's really hard to go from the kind of programmer that I was to the new web style programming. So when I programmed, it was always, you know, very linear. So it would do line 1, then line 2, then line 3, then line 4, and just in an order. So now with websites, what it does is it sends out a request, and then you continue running until the request comes back, and then your code has to handle that request and proceed from there. So if you write code the traditional way, where you're like, you know, okay, I have this data, write it to the file, okay, it's done writing, now continue to the next thing. When you have it like that, everything's really easy to understand and to handle. But on the web, you don't ever get that situation. It's always, all right, give me this information. Okay, next line, next line, next line. Okay, you have the information, now let's put it in. So if the very next line after you make a request is use the data from that request, it fails. So I had to do this thing with Java called a promise. It does the data, it handles it a little differently. So I fixed the first bug that simply made this not work whatsoever. Mostly I didn't touch anything else that he did. Like this right here, the FS, that means he's trying to write to an actual file. The problem where all of this goes wrong, all this stuff that I commented out is where he's accessing files. All the problems that are happening specifically in this function right here. This shift current selection. That's when you're changing the color. Whenever you're on a computer and you want to change the color, you click on the type of thing you want to change, and then you hit the left and the right button on your keyboard to change the colors. You don't have a left and a right button on your phone, so he just says every time you tap the phone in that scene, change the color to the next one. Then when you double tap with 2 fingers, then it takes you back a screen. All of that logic is wrong in his code. So if I need to figure out what the problem is, I have to dive into his actual plugin, sometimes even watching it as I'm going along on the game. I have created games, Minor X Gaming, hello. Plugins, my character, female, white skin, blue eyes, long blonde hair, gray hoodie, stone sword, energetic. I'm back on my phone now because my laptop overheated. I guess I'm back. Hello, Micah. Oof. I'd like my own person in your game. I'm learning so much and my brain is frying at the same time because it's 2 a.m. Gotcha. All right, so anyways, this is where the first part of the problem comes in. The second part, the actual error that everyone's running into, is being caused by this, cursor right. More specifically, by, where's it at? I'll have to do a search for it. Oh, not G. Hold on. Control F. There we go. This piece of code right here. The window hue selector, if it's active and touch input is triggered, so the touch input is your screen, if you tap on it, in other words, you want to go to cursor right. That doesn't always work. If you're in the wrong screen but you click in the right place, it still says cursor right and it throws off the index that you're on. So if it thinks you have the first object selected and then you move on and the first object doesn't exist, or the fifth object or whatever, you get an error in the game, and that's where the problem is coming in. Not as frightening as a PS4 overheat. Dead fans can get you caught off guard. Oh, sure. My character is a chicken, average weight, wears 80s clothes. Can we curse in the chat? Sure. Also, what program engine are you using? This is RPG Maker MV. It very often goes on sale for 20 bucks. PS4 overheating is scary when it suddenly turns off, I bet. Well, that explains a lot. RPG Maker MV Miner, exactly. So what I'm thinking about doing is instead of having this exist at all with the tapping, there's a plugin I can put in that registers gestures on the screen. So I think I'm going to make it, if you swipe to the left, you go left, and if you swipe to the right, you go right, and that'll simulate pressing the left and right buttons instead of worrying about the tap, which does everything else in the game too. I think that that's going to fix the bug, but this is the kind of stuff you have to do when you make a game. Not only are you using RPG Maker and you have these big buttons and you've got like choices on what to do, like let's create a character real quick. Let's call it lava. All right, we're making little lava. We're gonna go in here and we are going to find a picture that we find funny enough for her. Let's see. Well, she is teeny tiny, but that doesn't look fiery enough. Let's see. Farming towels. Yeah, look at this. We have garden creatures. I can make little worms, and I can make mushrooms and stuff. Hunter is that guy. Ivy is her. Here's some monsters. Here are nature things. So here we go. This will be little lava here. All right, so that's what little lava looks like. All right, we're gonna let little lava just walk around. She's gonna have autonomous movement and it's gonna be random. And she's gonna actually go very fast because she's a pixie and she's tiny. I don't think that would matter. Priority is not the right word. It means where the thing is located. So if it's same as characters, that means if you try to walk into it, you won't be able to walk through it. If I say below characters, then you can walk over top of it. Think of the ground. And if it's above characters, then think about going underneath of a bridge or behind a tree or something. We want her to be able to do stuff. The trigger is the action button. So if you walk up to her and then you press the button to like talk to her, then something would happen. I can also make it so if I just touch her, if she just touches me, I can make her automatically do something, and I can make her do something while everything else is happening. We're just going to keep it at action button. And when she talks, we will go, like we have all these tabs up here to choose from. The very first one, and the most common one you use, is show text. So we're going to go in here and we're going to find something that's going to look like her. There we go, nature. This is what little lava looks like up front. Hello, I'm little. That's what she says if I talk to her. All right, cool. Oh, I could have done one other thing. So then there are codes I can put in like this. Little lava. So what that's doing is saying /n means this is her name. Anything in brackets is going to use the standard color, and it's going to put it above the text box. So it's going to say Little Lava as her name above. So now if I play the game and I go up there, save changes, yes, you'll see Armadillo, and when it crashes, it gets annoying. Have you checked your code yet? Integer overflows and underflows can be deadly. Well, sure. Gotta go. Good night. See you, Stone Lover. Night, please add me. There's this thing called Nestmaker. My character is going to be a hooded assassin that helps you fight monsters from shadows. Fast makes sense. I run around everywhere because it takes less time. Sure. My personal favorite programs engines since GameMaker Studio 2 and BuildBox, they are good for making 3D or 2D games, but GMS or GameMaker Studio 2 and BuildBox can do 3D. Really? I didn't think GameMaker Studio could do 3D, but okay. Daily Dan's back. Hey Dan. I actually almost bought GameMaker, and that's what got me into looking into RPG Maker again. I will eventually purchase GameMaker, I think, but not until it's super cheap again. Frogbot and that stupid delete thing is driving me crazy. All right, let's go up and see. There she is. Look, there's Little Lava. See, when she moves, she's much faster. Let's go talk to her. Hello, I'm Little. And see, it says Little Lava in the top, and it has her little image. That's how you do text in this game. That's all she does right now. But we created her, and that's how quick it is to create things in this game. Finding artwork's a little difficult, so you can obviously draw it yourself. This game comes with, I don't know, maybe like, if you added them all up, 500 different little images that you could use. It sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. Everything's going to look the same in this game. So what you see right here, this art style and everything, that's pretty much all you get. There are tons of people online that make stuff that you can use for free, both commercially or non-commercially and commercially. And then there's sets that you can buy that can be used for commercial games, like if you're going to make money. Or there's DLC packs you can buy from Steam and from the company that makes this themselves. But I'm trying as hard as I can to only use free resources, or I've been drawing a couple things myself. All right, so let's do one other quick thing. Let's try to make the first floor of this mansion. So if you notice, the mansion is shaped kind of like an upside down U. Hold on, I just realized the music stopped playing too. Where did I keep that? Start it over again. There we go. All right, so it's like U-shaped. So we're gonna try to make a map that looks like that. Little Lava Pixie. Yeah, I'm a pixie because I'm little. Also, I love the pink. I have pink in my hair right now. Do you really? Is there a download link for what? What are the chances of that? What I prefer is you do, in my opinion, to make a more better UI for your menu, like to make the menu interactive. So for example, what is loading? Or pause, you should make a moving background, a parallax is what they call that. Sure. See, Mike, that's how long it takes me to notice when my music stops. The problem is I have it turned down so low, I can barely hear it, but I know what you mean. Yeah, the classic RPG Maker menu immediately puts people off. I don't really give a shit about that, to be honest. A download link for this app on Android? Well, are you talking about the one I'm making? I mean, I'm currently making it, and it's going to be a website. All right, so I'm going to create a new map. I'm going to call it M-A-Y-O-R house. That's how you spell mirror, right? Yeah. House. We'll call it that. It is an inside. There is going to be, let's just keep it the standard 17 by 13 for now. It's not going to play any music or do anything special. We're just going to start creating. So when I do houses, I like to make the background of everything black. So that'll be the first thing I do. That's this tile over here. Oh, select that. There we go. Now the whole thing is black. Because his house is a little bit bigger, I don't think I'm going to mind the height very much, but the width is definitely too small. So I'm going to go back in here, and I am going to make the width maybe like 25. That looks a little bit better. I don't want to make it, too big. So then I have to figure out what kind of walls he's going to have. So these are my the like tops of the walls, and then these are the sides of the walls. I kind of like the idea of him having like a white wall, like stone kind of thing. I should actually make it start like that. All right, let's do that. That. I can't tell if that's normal. Okay, I think it's good. Oh. I keep forgetting I have that other part turned on. All right, so, I mean, I might make this bigger later, but that's the first part. I'm going to make his wall that you can see like that. So this is the general shape of his house. And now I'm going to pick a floor. Let's see. Let's make his flooring... will that look bad? Yeah, I don't like the look of that. It needs to be a darker color than that. Let's make it a couple big rugs too. Let's make it this like interesting hardwood. All right. Oh. And then let's give him a couple really fancy looking rugs. So yeah, like that, and then that. All right, he's got some rugs going on here. Cool, I'm gonna try that. If you're wondering how I look, guys, I have a short beard and I can't leave my house without my white fedora. Oh geez, okay. Is there an interesting that helps you understand what the basic storyline is about? Kind of like Stardew Valley? Yes, there is like a tutorial kind of thing. To be honest, story is secondary right now for me. I'm just trying to get the thing to work in the first place. What I'm trying to do with this game is not built into this game. I have to do all of that like separately. Just search for RPG Maker, Clash in the Hobo, it's on Stream Chat, also downloading for this maker. I made a few games a year. I just recently finished Sidewalk. It's a void or free roam game. When I say free roam, I didn't mean to explore a lot. It's a simple 2D game, and the free roam is more of like mess around. Okay. Bye, Mike and everyone. See you, Microman. All right. So there's got to be a way to get out of this house. So let's make it just look like one piece of floor. Like that. Let's make it a little more. Let's do like that, and then another piece of floor like that. All right, so that's how you get in and out of the place too. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a way for you to get out. So right here, when you get close to the exit, I'm going to make exit, and in here, I'm going to make it play the sound effect. So play sound effect. And then I'm going to choose move 1, which is that. That's the noise it makes. And then I'm going to transfer player. And I'm going to transfer him from the main hub. Come on, there we go. Right to here, right in front of the door. So if you try to walk out of his house, it takes you right outside of where his house is. So on that other note, let's put a door in here. So the game actually has this really cool feature where you can just quick add doors. So if you just right click and say quick event, you can pick from doors. Let's see, his front door should look, I guess, a little fancier. I think these are double height doors, so I can't use those. So let's give him, I like the idea of this, that's kind of cool. All right, let's give him that. All right, so this is like gonna raise whenever you come close to it. And it's gonna take you to inside the mayor's house, right in front of the block that would take you back out again. All right, so let's give this a quick test and see how it flows. Gotta go. Sitting in a hotel room with my kids. Busy day. Have a great night. Oh, I'll see ya. Are you on vacation? Mess around like so Sandbox Miner by Devin. I don't have Steam. Is there a download on the Google Play Store? For RPG Maker, I think it's just rpgmaker.net. But if you just search for RPG Maker, you can download a trial of it that works for like 30 days, I think, for free. Also, holy crap, publishing is hard. I don't even know how I correctly uploaded everything to GameJolt. The site is confusing. Newgrounds is easy. For your games to start of good, a lot like people. Don't think so, at least I haven't looked. Notice it. A lot of people notice it. Gotcha. Fine, Devin. But yeah, let's check this out. Let's see how the door opens and stuff. All right, let's try to go in here. See, you like go, and then you're inside. You can walk around. And then when you go to leave, it takes you out like that. And you can see it's starting to get dark right now as we're watching this. So the transition is happening, which is exactly what I wanted to do. There we go. So then one thing that's going to be a problem I haven't done yet, I go inside, it's dark inside. So let's fix that bug real quick. If we go to any of these places, the equip shop, right here I have a common event that literally all it just says is I am inside, and then it erases the event right afterwards. So all this is doing is just telling the game, hey, this is inside, this is not outside. So I'm going to do the same thing and paste it right there. So now this is just called inside, and it just tells the game I'm inside right now. So I'm not going to go back and test it. If it's dark outside and you go into a house, it's no longer going to be dark. Speaking of darkness, let's put some windows in this thing. So we have a couple choices for windows, but not many, to be honest. Up here, I can choose these green windows would be an option. Oh wait, there we go. We could do, oh, too much. We could go with red windows like that. We could go with no curtains, like that. For the mayor's house, I think I'm gonna go with, the pink ones. Let's select that and then erase those. Okay, so let's go with the pink windows. Let's do that. That looks good. Nice and even across the way. All right, so let's find some lights. We can do lights on the wall that'll be lit up. So let's call this lamp. And let's choose some of the many lights we have. Finding them though. All right, here we go. Fire. All right, so here's some stuff that goes on the walls. Secrets. Yeah, look, I can make it so there's like behind bookcases, hidden staircases. That would be really cool. Flame. All right, here we go. Let's just go with one of these. Let's go with this. That's the easiest one. And we're gonna have it be stepping. And what that does is make that animation so it's constantly going. So let's copy that and let's put it like that. I don't know. That should look kind of cool. Let's give it some furniture. So like, I'm sure he has bookshelves. Let's do some bookshelves. Like that. No, that's, see that what I did is I just made that into the wall. That looks wrong. You have to put it outside of the wall like that. If they were built in, they wouldn't have a top to them, which I know there is some artwork that exists like that. Let's do that one there, and then let's put this one there for symmetry. Let's give them a little area where you can sit. So let's give them this table with those chairs on either side. All right, cool. This guy likes luxury, so let's give him a very nice bedroom. He's gonna have a very open floor plan. So let's give him this bed. It's gonna be uneven. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. All right, let's give him a single bed so it doesn't look weird. All right, cool. Let's give him a nightstand, and on that nightstand, oh, actually, let's do that. No, that looks weird. Can I put that on the wall? Nope. It looks weird no matter where I put it, so it's just gonna have to look weird. Let's take that and put it there. Let's give him a gigantic piano too. That'll be over here though, like that. That's how this works. The only game I text-only RPG, sadly, since Windows 7 decided to delete all the files on my hard drive a couple years ago. I lost everything. Also, sorry if my English is a little off. It's 3 in the morning. That's okay. I like the pink curtain windows. Cool. Drifting Monk orange one. Sweet. Sweet. So Mike got rid of the thing where you had his face next to your name? His face next to your name. Oh, you mean if you were a sponsor? Sponsoring? That has not been removed? No, it hasn't. I don't like to publish anything that has someone else's artwork or design in it. I'm fine when I buy the artwork and other people can use it, but when it's free to everyone, your project isn't going to be special, you know. Who gives a shit? Like, seriously. Oh? Yeah, the only time your name is next to, or my picture is next to your name is if you are a sponsor. All right, what else do we want to put in here? I mean, I could give him a gigantic chair like this, but that seems like, would the mayor really have a chair like that? Probably. Does that look weird? That actually doesn't look weird, overlapping with the wall a little bit. All right. I mean, I'm gonna change this 100 times. I never keep the same design, you know, for long. I change it a lot. All right, so that kind of stuff. And then I'll have to put the mayor in here. So let's make the mayor. There it is. Let's have him standing in front of his chair. Mayor. All right, so I made some characters. What did I call those characters? I can't remember now. NPCs, no. Oh, actor RNG, that's it. I don't really like any of those for mayors. Meh. Don't like any of those either. Where's just people? There we go, people 1. That guy could be the mayor. You know what? I'm gonna make this guy the mayor. That's what he looks like. And same as characters, action button, I'm gonna make him say something. First of all, let's go down and pick his picture, which I think this is him here. I mean, that doesn't match this. I swore that's the one I picked. I don't know what his name is going to be yet either, so let's just put in something. And then if I do that, his name will pop up above. What was this again? This was people 1, so yeah, that was the right person. It just, the picture doesn't really match the little walking guy. I don't know why. I guess you got rid of the link to sponsor you? No. You can sponsor on YouTube Gaming. Exactly. Are you on YouTube Gaming? It should be right there. Sponsor button right above the chat. Dude, nope. Little lava. That's not what I meant. Go on YouTube Gaming and the sponsor button is above the live chat. It is. Okay, so let's give this a test and see what it looks like. Save changes? Yes. All right, new game again. Okay. I should make it make a different noise too. All right, so see all the candles on the wall? Because they're doing that stepping animation at all times, it looks like they're on fire. So let's go talk to the guy. He says, hello, I'm the mayor. My name is Buffy. Buffy the mayor. And I click on here and I go back out again. Simple as that. I'm gonna make that house bigger, like on the inside. I'll section it off with different things. I'll probably give it a second floor, but I'm not sure about that because I mean, even though there are these windows, excuse me, here, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a second floor. It could just be really, really high ceilings. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But that's pretty much all I have to show you guys now at this point. I mean, I didn't even think I was going to get an hour and a half like I did out of this. I thought I'd only be able to show you guys stuff for like a half hour or 45 minutes. This program's really cool. I've learned a lot. It took me a good solid 15 or 20 hours just to learn how to start doing things with confidence. When I went back and looked at the original stuff that I tried, I can't believe how many mistakes I made. You learn a lot as you go along. When I look at, like, you know, the beginner guides for this, they say whatever your very first game is, just assume it's going to be awful and don't put all of your great ideas into it. And that's absolutely the truth. I have completely scrapped this game twice now. This is the third iteration of it. A lot of the stuff that I kept is very similar, but the mechanics behind it are different. Almost all of the work I put into it up to this point is just getting this to work on a website and then save all the data to the server and sync with Frogbot. And then the second biggest thing is farming that I put into this. Mining seems to work. That was super easy, but I still have to figure out how to do all the other little things in this, like cooking and making potions, enchanting things, you know, all the fun stuff, but I'll get there. This is what I've got so far though. I will continue you know, like working on the game, and very soon I'm gonna be able to get it to a point where I can have you guys start playing it, because once you get the infrastructure completed, when you add new stuff to it, you can keep the save files and you don't have to completely wipe them. So once I get to that point, I'm gonna let you guys start playing it too. Some of my mods are already beta testing it, but I only have it on my local server, and that's not where it's gonna be for real. All right, let's see. Nope, Lava's on I meant. The Mare Slayer, exactly. Different Shades of Depression, hello. Oh, you subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the streams. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going and I'm gonna keep working on this. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.